what to do with the tofu. Might get the best of you. I'll cook you a meal on an open range. Back here in Texas, things have really changed. People are looking for a new kind of food, but there's only so much you can expect them to do. I've got that mixed in with some lemon juice and a little bit of apple cider vinegar, fresh fennel, radishes, and organic capers. And that's about it. Before I put this in there, I'm taking what's called a chimichurri. A chimichurri is a very popular condiment in South America that is made with oregano, cilantro, flat leaf parsley. And that's, you sound like a real chef already, you know. You don't say parsley, you just say flat leaf. And if somebody doesn't know what you're talking about, you go,
I didn't know it was parsley.
crunchy tofu on a bed of shiitake greens. Okay? So now I'm going to put a little olive oil in there. And then I'm just going to, now you can see I'm working with a non-stick pan, and that's kind of important because it does have a tendency to stick a little bit. But the thing that most people dislike about tofu is that it doesn't have a crunch. But if you cook it separately like this, and use a good oil, use a good quality oil, then whatever else that you do with it is going to work so much better. So don't cook your tofu in with the rest of the dish. Cook it separately so that you can get it texturized. It'll be a lot more enjoyable for most people that you serve it to. And then to finish this out, I'm going to get just a little bit of soy sauce and a little bit of balsamic vinegar and just a little bit of agave nectar. I don't know if you've ever tried agave or not. It's a great thing. It's a great thing to try. It's a much more progressive experience for your body other than just refined sugar. So agave nectar is it's like honey. No one would know that it was agave nectar if it wasn't in this thing here with the label. It behaves just like honey. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of this balsamic in there. Woo! A little bit of soyu, which is just like a soy sauce. A little agave. And that's how fast you can build a glaze on tofu. Now, that's kind of a dark brown kind of color, and that's a real easy thing to do. And we're going to hold that separately. And of course, there's all kinds of ways to build a glaze. I mean, it's not like you have to use those ingredients necessarily. I'm going to take these greens and I'll just put them right on the ceramic platter here. And that's something that will help round out things. But then I'm going to take that seared tofu and place it over the top. Just kind of randomly. Doesn't have to be any big deal. And of course the balsamic in that tofu goes really well with the dinosaur kale. And then I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of scallions on there, along with a few more radishes. And that's a really, and might as well go with this. Now, this is a little unconventional. I'm going to use a little bit of jicama here, but I am not cooking it. I'm just using it as to introduce some crunch. Another thing here, I've got some garnet yams, and I'm going to put a couple of those on there too, just kind of as a little extra accent. But that's the kind of dish. So you notice that there's this hot bed of greens and the tofu, which is warm, and then a couple of cooler things. There's nothing that says you can't mix it together. It doesn't all have to be hot or all have to be cold. Now, yogurt
was actually discovered by accident centuries and centuries ago. This is the story I got. I'm serious. I'm serious about this now. It was actually the case that these camels were hauling milk in sheep's stomachs because that's what they carried stuff in. Yeah, but that's what they do. So they put the milk inside the sheep's stomachs, and then they're riding on the camels, of course. So the milk's shaking up and down inside the sheep's stomachs, right? So that's going on all day long. Plus, of course, it's extremely hot. You know, I mean, desert, man, hot like in Texas, right? So the heat and the agitation of the milk, all that kind of stuff, changed what they thought they had. So they got to the end of their journey that day, and they opened it up. They looked at it, and it looked ruined. But then they tasted it, because they were desperately hungry, really desperately hungry. And I'm telling you, that's where yogurt came from. It was an accident, like so many things in the kitchen. So many things in the kitchen have become accidents and their opportunities. It can be spicy or it can be sweet. It will make you stray in a desert today. Yogurt, it's a Milky Way. Okay, so I got this all mixed together here. Oh man, that smells so good. You're not going to believe how good that is. Okay, so I've got this. I'm going to keep it handy because I'm going to use this as a condiment for the banana dish I'm about to do. And get the pan up. All right. Okay, that's good. Got some crystallized ginger in there. Got some of those cherries. Okay, let those get to know each other a little bit. See, that's fast, isn't it? It's really fast. All right, let's get a little more on that. Okay, I'm gonna let that just sit there for a minute. Okay. Now, I've got the cinnamon ready. A little agave here. Lemon juice. Squatter red bananas grow in Mexico, and the plantains, Caribbean, you know. But the baby bananas are the ones I like the best. Tiny bananas, so easy to digest. Babies like bananas, this one is just their size. Get your baby a banana so that they are immunized. But they call it a baby banana, but really it's called a sweet dwarf banana. Sometimes they call it a finger banana because it's not as big as your finger. Okay, that's a cool banana there. You're making red bananas. Musa sapientum, the fruit of the wise man is good for you. Cavendish banana. Is there not more than just one or two? Of course there is. There are squatter red bananas. They grow in Mexico. And the plantain is Caribbean. Did you know? Squatter red bananas look so orange when they're peeled. I like to cut them up and put them in my oatmeal. I don't have to use a knife, I use my fingers instead. I'm a peaceful man and I don't like bloodshed. Okay, we got the pan heated up. We're gonna get the rum ready. The cinnamon ready. Here we go. Ooh. And that's flaming bananas. Thank you. Ooh.